Hi guys, Arthur here from Homeowner DIY. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out why there's low flow from this bath faucet in this commercial bathroom. Now, guys, when it comes to low flow, in this case, because there's a tempering valve, you only get one temperature of water coming out of the faucet. So it's a lot more difficult to figure out if it's coming from the hot or the cold. But what I'll do is I'm going to start from the aerator and then we're going to move our way back towards the shut-off valves. So what I'll do now is I'll show you the performance of the faucet and then we'll do the tools list. Alright guys, so we see how little flow of water we get. Alright guys, this is the water line to our faucet. This is our solenoid or automatic valve. This is the wire that connects to the sensor for the faucet. So what we have our tempering valve here. This is the line that goes to our tempering valve. We have our hot and our cold. So guys, in this commercial setup, the hot and the cold mixed together, you can set the temperature with the tempering valve and then you'll get one temperature of water coming through this here. So guys, with that in mind, let's do the tools list. Alright, this is our tools list. So I have a bucket. I have a couple of old faucet supply lines. In case I need them, we'll see where the blockage is. And then I have my finishing kit. So I have channel locks, I have rapid wrenches, I have crescent wrench, I've got my basin wrench there in case I need it. Guys, I'm not quite sure what I need on this yet. That's why I bring my entire finishing kit, which is this tray. So guys, with that in mind, let's get started. Alright, the first thing we'll do is turn off our hot and then our cold. So guys, these stops here, these are the globe style, these are the older style, that's why the handle keeps turning around. An easy way to figure out what you have for a style of stop is if you have these oval type of ring. A quarter turn won't have this, it'll have just a small flat handle. But guys, with water off, what we'll do now is we need to take off our aerator. So the aerator, it has this here and it has this here. I don't have an aerator key, so I'm gonna get creative and I'm gonna use a pair of scissors to get the aerator off. Alright, so you can see the two little channels for this. Alright, with the aerator out, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the faucet supplies back on. And we'll see how much flow we get. Okay, if that is how much flow we get, this is not an aerator issue. Alright, so once again, I will shut the stops off. And then we're going to move on to our next step here. Alright guys, so I'm going to take this hose off. What we're going to do is we're going to test from this connection to our faucet to see if the blockage is in this area. So we'll turn off our stops. And then guys, this will be 5/8, and then I'm going to hold it in place with some channel locks. Okay guys, I'm going to take my longer supply line. This supply line is just an old one off another job, but it serves its purpose here. Okay guys, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hose off and then we're going to see how much flow we get through it. So what we're now doing is essentially we're testing the solenoid. Alright guys, now we're going to test out our water line. We have lots of flow. So in must be here. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the supply line onto the top of the solenoid. And then the idea is we're going to run water through the opposite direction. Now, I don't know if there's a check valve in here or not, but we're going to find out. Alright guys, I believe the problem is with the solenoid. So what I'll do now is we'll take the Allen screws out, and then we'll see what's inside the box. So guys, always make note, take a picture if you need to, which wire goes to what. The red goes to the negative side, the black goes to the positive side. Alright guys, so this is our solenoid. This plastic bracket is just to hold it in the box. So we have 1, 2, 3 Phillips. So we'll take the Phillips out. Alright guys, so this is our motor, and it's spring loaded, and then this is our other end. Alright, so I'm just going to take a flathead and try to pull it out. Alright, so it doesn't look like there's any blockage. So what I suggest is blow in through here, blow in through there, and see if you notice anything. Alright guys, both ends are good. And also be aware that there's a raised section here in the top, and I believe that's where this little white part goes back in. Alright, and then this is spring loaded on the other side. Alright guys, so I think the way this works is, because it's spring loaded, it's always pushing on this, and when you activate the faucet, I believe there is a magnet in here, and once it's energized, it'll push the piston back and allow water to go through. That is my theory on the way this thing works, but guys, it must be the motor here, because there's no blockage here, there's no blockage anywhere else. So by the process of elimination, that must be the issue. Alright guys, this is the old one, this is the new one. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the new one, we'll reinstall it back into its place there. We'll connect everything back together and see if that'll fix the problem. Alright guys, so the new solenoid is installed. I've already put the aerator back in, and you can see how much better the flow is now. So guys, with that in mind, on this particular job, the solenoid needed to be replaced. I've done that. Everything is good to go. So what we'll do now is an overview of this job. Alright guys, so that concludes this project. So in this case, it was the solenoid that was the problem. Now, I did do a resistance test with a multimeter, and the new and old solenoid has the same reading, so I think this is a mechanical issue, not an electrical issue. But in either case, I figured out what the problem is, and I went ahead and I fixed it. Guys, the time on this job, the time was about an hour and a half. It was just the amount of checks that I had to go through to figure out what the problem was. Originally, I thought it was a blockage, but no, that wasn't what the issue is. And guys, in this case, this is the method I would go for troubleshooting. Start at the very end and then work your way backwards, and then figure out where the problem is from there. The cost of this job, the solenoid was about $85. So I've already checked this faucet. So this whole setup, the faucet, the solenoid, and I guess it comes in a kit. The whole thing is $600. So guys, it's definitely worth just repairing the one part than scrapping the entire faucet and buying a new one. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. I hope something here is going to help you on your project when you need to go ahead and do that. Guys, until next time, please hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next project.